What's going on, guys? My name is Wade with Tech Daily. So last year I did a video talking about my YouTube earnings. I explained how I, as a tech YouTuber, make money on YouTube. I showed you the different revenue streams I utilize and also broke down how you can do what I do if you're interested in making tech videos or maybe just getting involved with YouTube in general. You guys seemed to really enjoy that video. I know it was super long, but hopefully some people found it helpful and interesting. And of course, I want to do the same for this past year, 2017. YouTube earnings isn't a topic a lot of people really talk about for whatever reason, but you are absolutely allowed to show your true YouTube AdSense earnings. It's in the terms of service, you can't get banned or disabled for it. And if you want to check out a few other YouTubers who do a good job breaking down their earnings, Jeremy Judkins, another awesome tech YouTuber, does this same style of video. And also Mike from the Autovlog YouTube channel has talked about his earnings with some of his viral videos. So with all that out of the way, let's jump in here and get started. And for me personally, the biggest chunk of money I earn from doing videos right now is, of course, AdSense revenue, which is the money earned from the pre-roll and sidebar ads you'll see on a vast majority of YouTube videos. Now, anyone can earn money from their YouTube videos once you reach 10,000 total views on your channel and you apply for a Google AdSense account. And you can see right here, this is how much I've earned in AdSense revenue from the last 28 days. But I'm gonna go ahead and break it down month by month so you guys can get a little more in-depth statistics here. So you can see January 1st through January 31st of this year, I earned $493.31 through AdSense. And generally speaking, January is kind of on the low end for AdSense earnings because it's past the holiday season, it's past the shopping season. Retailers are just not spending that much money on ad revenue this time of year. And it's also kind of a slow time of the year for tech and for the space that I'm in. So January of this year, I wasn't really creating that many tech videos. Ad revenue was quite a bit lower than it usually is. So $500, while it is a good chunk of money, I'm sure for a lot of people, it is sort of on the low end for the year. Jumping into February here, February 1st through February 28th, I earned $432.25. A little bit less than the previous month. There's a couple less days in January, which isn't that much of an excuse, but also February tends to sort of be a slow time for tech once again in general, so I wasn't really creating too many videos during this month either. A similar story here for March, just $435.72. The earnings are pretty consistent throughout the month, but towards the end we see a decent spike. And if I remember correctly, this is where the red iPhone 7 and 7 Plus came out, and I did 2 or 3 videos on that. So this is where this little spike comes. But once again, generally not really a big month for me in uploading videos, not a big month for tech in general. So pretty consistent earnings here for the first 3 months of the year. April, we see a pretty big downtrend, $336.50, which I think is the lowest month of the year so far here. And I think I only created 2 videos this month, so I was slacking pretty hard. There really wasn't much in regards to new tech going on, and I just generally didn't do much to the channel this month, and the earnings definitely showed. For the month of May, we pick up just a little bit here, and you can kind of see some decent spikes in earnings, and this is where the Samsung Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus came out. So I was creating content for those. I was doing reviews, unboxings, I was doing accessories and case videos. So we kind of have some spikes for when I uploaded videos and when videos tended to do well. And I created a lot more videos this month as opposed to the previous months of the year. So we're starting to get a little bit more in earnings, and videos on the channel are starting to be a little bit more consistent, which is good to see. And you can see for the month of June here, we had a huge bump up in AdSense earnings, $826.57, which was really accelerated by this huge spike towards the end of the month. And like I said, for most of May and June, I was creating videos on the Galaxy S8, which fortunately did really well. I did case videos, I did comparisons, I did reviews, and I was pretty consistent with content. And you can see the big spikes here definitely are some encouragement that I was doing something right. So a lot of new videos on the channel, a lot of videos that did really well, and a pretty good month all in all. July, once again, a really good month, $898.80. You can see the AdSense revenue was pretty consistent all in all throughout the month. A lot of the views were once again from the Galaxy S8 videos, and I was consistently uploading, which definitely helped. This was over the summer, so I wasn't in school. I had a lot of time to focus on the channel, and you can see the views and the earnings definitely reflected that. August, once again, another month over $800, $828.24. And you can see pretty consistent earnings all in all throughout the month. We spiked towards the end of the month. And once again, summertime, I was just trying to upload as consistently as possible. And the S8 videos were continuing to do really well, which definitely helps. September was a big month for the channel. So this was the first time my channel has ever earned over $1,000 in a single month, $1,115.93. And you can see about halfway through the month here, we really started to get a big bump up in revenue. And this was because the Note 8 had just came out, the iPhone 8 was coming out, and I was doing videos essentially daily for about 2 weeks or so on all those phones and all the new things that were coming out. So big bump up in revenue, big bump up in views, and definitely a really impressive month for the channel. And it kind of gave me some encouragement and some motivation here to finish off the year strong. Once again, for October, we crossed over the $1,000 mark, $1,384.51. Really consistent earnings throughout the month, really consistent views and uploads. And towards the end of the year here, you'll notice that AdSense revenue tends to jump up quite a bit. Advertisers are spending a lot more online for ads because it's the holiday season. People are looking for gifts, people are shopping more. So every YouTuber experiences a huge jump up in earnings October, November, and December, which is really nice. In November, we saw another really big bump up in earnings, $1,778.66. Obviously, this was when Black Friday was going on. Advertisers are spending a lot on ad revenue for the holiday season and for shoppers. But you see this big bump up here towards the end of the month. This was when the iPhone 10 came out, and I was doing a lot of iPhone 10 videos. So there was a big bump up in views and subscribers and things like that, which was definitely reflected here in the earnings. And you can see right here for the month of December, this was the biggest month I've ever had on YouTube. Almost $2,800 of earnings, with technically still one more day to go to add on to this total. This was something that I'm definitely very proud of. A lot of it has to do with the holiday season. People are searching for product reviews. They're searching for gifts for their friends and family. Views are a lot higher. AdSense revenue is a lot higher because advertisers are spending more on their ads. But I like to think that uploading consistently over the last couple of months definitely had a lot to do with the growth in the channel, the higher views, and definitely the higher subscribers as well, which contributed to the higher earnings. And the grand total for the year, you can see right here, $11,828.25, which I think is about 4 times as much as I earned the previous year when we just look at AdSense revenue. So obviously the channel has grown quite a bit. I've earned thousands of more subscribers. I've gotten millions more views than I did last year. And especially towards the end of the year where I was uploading a lot more consistently, I was getting a lot more views. And once again, the holiday season has a lot to do with these end of the year earnings. But I like to think that as consistent as I was towards the end of the year with the channel, as often as I uploaded, that definitely contributed to the increased earnings. It definitely contributed to the overall channel growth. And it obviously contributes to a much higher estimated revenue than the previous year. Another way a lot of YouTubers earn money, including myself, is through the Amazon Associates program. And this is an affiliate marketing program where you get special links to a vast majority of products on Amazon.com. And if someone clicks on your link and orders that product or any other product on Amazon's website, as long as they're using your links, you get a percentage of the sale of that item. It's usually between 5 and 10% depending on the category or the type of item it is. For me personally, it's not a very big percentage of my overall YouTube earnings throughout the year, but for a lot of other YouTubers, this sort of affiliate marketing strategy is a really big percentage of their overall revenue. So I'll go ahead and walk through my Amazon earnings for the year, and this page looks a little confusing, but it's actually pretty straightforward. So January of this year, I earned $160.06. February, I earned $98.29. March, $228.08. April, $66.65. May, $102.19. June, another good month, $249.99. July, $217.65. August, $278.99. September, $273.64. And October, $127.41. Amazon does pay a couple months behind, so those are all payments I've received and finalized numbers. For November here, you can see it's not quite finalized, but it should be in the coming days, $373.70. And I'll go ahead and change this to the last 30 days so we can see December, which was my highest Amazon earnings ever, $715.31. So like I mentioned, for me personally, the Amazon Associates program isn't a huge percentage of my overall YouTube earnings through the year, but for a lot of other people, this sort of affiliate marketing strategy, whether it's Amazon Associates or the eBay affiliate network or B&H Photo, they also have an affiliate program, or any other company, that represents a really big chunk of a lot of YouTubers' earnings. It's something I personally don't utilize all that well, especially given my niche here with tech, and it's something I definitely want to focus on in the new year, but it is a good chunk of money nonetheless, and it's something I'm very fortunate to be a part of. A third stream of revenue I tend to utilize every so often is, of course, sponsored content. And you guys know I don't do sponsored products or sponsored videos all that often on this channel, but it is something I did introduce towards the end of the year, and for me it represents about $4,300 of earnings. You guys know exactly what companies have sponsored what content on this channel, because legally it has to be disclosed. So whether you're tweeting about something or posting a picture on Instagram or making an entire YouTube video about something, if it's sponsored by a company or a group or whoever, it absolutely has to be disclosed to the audience. As much as some of you guys might like to think that I'm being paid by Apple or Samsung or LG or whoever to say a positive or negative thing about a product, that's just not the case. All of the sponsors that have been a part of this channel over the past year, it's been very obvious. It's something I disclose every single time. And it's also something that I take a lot of pride in, because anything that I introduce to the channel in regards to a sponsorship are products or companies that I personally would use myself, and it's something that I think the audience would definitely be interested in. I will always disclose if something is sponsored or if an item was sent to me, because legally you have to, but that's sort of a segue into the final thing I want to talk about, which is how much being a tech YouTuber can cost throughout the year, because I personally buy a vast majority of the products that you see on this channel. So this is the big long list of all the products that I purchased myself that I reviewed on this YouTube channel. And you can see at the very bottom here, the total $13,000. I spent $13,000 on tech items this year. That is a lot of money. It's a very expensive hobby, but I combat this cost by selling pretty much everything after I'm done reviewing it. So after 4 or 5 weeks of reviewing something, making videos on it, it'll end up on eBay. And you see down at the bottom here, I was able to recoup about $10,000 of the cost. So after eBay fees and shipping, I only ended up spending about $3,600 throughout the entire year on tech products. And when you look at it that way, it's really not too bad. It can be an expensive hobby, and I always recommend starting with what you have if you're interested in making a tech channel and reviewing products. There's no reason to spend this amount of money on things, and I do get some products for free every once in a while, but a lot of the big stuff, like the new iPhones, the new S8, the Note 8, the LG G6, the V30, all the big smartphones and things like that, those are things I end up spending money on myself. So this is a very expensive sort of hobby. It can be a huge investment throughout the year. But personally, I definitely combat it by selling pretty much everything that I have. It can be a little bit of a gamble. Sometimes you don't get your money back, which is unfortunate. But for the most part, I try and keep my costs as low as possible by selling pretty much everything after I'm done with it. And after adding up my AdSense earnings for the year and including my Amazon Associates earnings and the money I received from sponsored content and subtracting how much I spent on items, I earned about $14,726.76 this year. This isn't a 100% accurate number because there are some PayPal fees that I didn't necessarily include, and I also spent a good chunk of money on items that I obviously gave away to you guys in a lot of videos, especially towards the end of the year. But you can see I definitely did earn money this year on YouTube, and I earned a lot more money than I did last year. Being a tech YouTuber is definitely an expensive hobby. I personally don't do YouTube full time, so it's not like I just earned $15,000 this past year to live off of. But your favorite YouTuber probably utilizes a lot of different streams of revenue in order to make money. I'm sure AdSense is a big part of it, along with merchandise, different affiliate programs, different sponsored content. And hopefully this kind of gives you guys a little bit bit of an insight into how you can make money on YouTube and maybe influences you to maybe take a look at some other different ways you can make money on your own YouTube channel. So hopefully you guys found this video sort of helpful and relatively interesting. If you have any questions about YouTube money or want to talk about anything, let me know down in the comments below. Also, be sure to follow Tech Daily on Twitter and subscribe to the Tech Daily YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys later.